What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got a clip, guys. This one coming from Fox News' Greg Gutfeld of the Gutfeld Show. Had to check this one out, guys. In this clip, we've got Greg Gutfeld going off on and tearing the View hosts to shreds, absolutely ending their careers based off this following clip. They had some very crazy and bizarre statements that they had made Greg Gutfeld couldn't let slide. I'm excited to check it out, see exactly what happened, how the encounter went. So we're gonna get straight into the clip and I'll get my thoughts on the back end of the video, guys. So definitely stick around to the end so you guys get my thoughts on the back end. And also YouTube pushes this video out. Definitely stick around until the end, you guys. But yo, let's get straight into it. Before we do that though, make sure you guys hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Their brains are small, but who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa? Perhaps it's Sonny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now, The View could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass doesn't shatter. So instead, let's check out this clip from Monday's episode of The View when the ladies put their science caps on and discuss the solar eclipse.
I know, right? I mean, I have to say, Karen Dupiche, our wonderful, one of our wonderful makeup artists, when the earthquake was happening, she put her coat on and she was like, Jesus is coming.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm leaving. We've got a solar eclipse. We've got the earthquake. She ran down the hallway.
The rapture is here.
The rapture's here. And then also I learned that the cicadas are coming.
Cicadas.
Cicadas.
Although I love
for the first time in like
No,
100 years.
no.
For the first time in many, many years.
No, every 17 years this happens.
Well, that's not what I read, but maybe, you know, maybe you know better. All those things together would maybe lead one to believe that, you know, either climate change exists or something is really going on.
returning.
Earthquakes are not at the mercy of climate change. It's underground. It can't. I don't think
it happens, and the eclipse. They've known about the eclipse coming because eclipses happen, and they actually can say when these things are going to happen.
Amazing. Wow. That's not what I read. The true sign of the apocalypse is someone that dumb has a law degree. Worse, if your name has the word sun in it, there's no excuse for not knowing how an eclipse works. But it's no surprise that Joy is the one who understands science. She's been on the science diet for years. They're turning on me. So that makes Sonny Hostin, who thinks climate change caused the solar eclipse, the dumbest of them all. Because everyone knows the moon caused the eclipse, which is controlled by the View's gravitational pull. All right, Kat, did you ever see such a group? It's amazing how Joy and WHOOPI became the smart ones.
For me, the most shocking thing about the conversation was how truly boring it was. They're like, well, the cicadas, they're cicadas. Okay, but it was like every 100 years. No, it's every 17 years. Do you know how many Emmys this show has? 31.
31 Emmys.
This show has 31. I mean, I'd hate to see the conversations that don't make headlines. What?
And we don't have a single
Not a
Emmy.
single
we don't
one.
Have what does that tell you about the Emmys, Kat? Yes, thank you, Mr. Boo. Give that man a free cup of water. Charlie, are these women bad for women?
They're bad for more than just women. The whole discussion about climate change drives me nuts because it does not exist, but the only reason I have come to love it is because of the characters that have gotten themselves involved. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago when I was on the show, we were talking about the snowboarder who testified before Congress. Remember, he was like the guy who was like, oh, bro, like, I think that there's climate change. And he had no idea what he was talking about. That was great. And then Greta Thunberg, who I have grown to be very fond of because she continually makes a mockery of herself. She was arrested not once but twice this past weekend. And now Sonny Hostin throwing her hat in the ring, claiming that these naturally recurring events such as earthquakes, which, by the way, I did my research. The first one was in 1831 BC, saying that they stem from climate change or something.
Yeah.
And I know she was just dying when she said something. She wanted to say racism. Dying to say that.
Yeah, it was either going to be racism or Trump, but then she realized, what if Trump wasn't born then?
Yeah.
Also, what a way to cover your bases.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something.
Yeah, Jamie, you do that a lot with punchlines.
Yeah.
What's your problem? What a sensitive audience tonight.
And it's true.
Jamie,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on The View?
I
want to know too, Jay. What are your?
Why are you being so quiet about this?
He's
Get it out, young man.
I'm glad you guys asked. I hate that show so much, and Kat is so right. Like, what is the show prep? They just go, go! Is that the pre-show? Like, what was that? I didn't realize until Kat started talking that all happened on the air.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a behind-the-scenes
A
disaster.
blooper.
Yeah, that was crazy. And we can disagree, Greg. You say cicada, I say cicada. We can disagree. But I feel like if the world ends, first of all, I'll have saved the exact correct amount of money. With all due respect, I hate the solar eclipse. I went from New York City to Rochester, New York this weekend to do a gig. My flight got canceled. I forgot about the eclipse. And I looked it up. There's no other flights.
Yeah.
The train is sold out for people going to see this eclipse. And people want to see the eclipse so bad. All the flights to Buffalo were sold out. Flights to Syracuse. That's how bad people want to see the eclipse. They went to Syracuse.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. And I was so annoyed by the whole thing, and the world's not ending, and it's not even that big a deal. And like, I was in the green room, I was on the show last week, and I was talking to Tyrus backstage, and he like stood up in front of this lamp, and I was like, that's kind of it.
You know, Cleveland finally had a good view of something.
Yeah. What about poor Buffalo? Like, people in Buffalo, where it's like, it was a cloudy day.
Yeah.
Buffalo's like slogan should be so close.
What's the chart? Have you ever been on The View?
I have many. I think when was Barbara
Walters.
Was she still on it back then?
Yeah, she was on it even after she died.
I remember I was on The View, and I don't know what man whore I was playing at the time in a movie he was promoting. And I remember I took off her shoe just as a joke, you know, to kind of do something. And her foot, I just like, ooh, that was a mistake.
Oh my God.
Hey, it was kind of, every toe had its own, you know. Anyway, God rest her soul.
Yes.
Well, I don't know who's dumber, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a tough question.
It's a close. You know what? WHOOPI, you know, she thought like either the Nazis thought the Jews were a race or were in a race. I'm not sure what she thought. And I thought, you know, this new one was Sunny, pretty dumb. And then Joey Behar in her own echo chamber. I'm going to say the dumbest people who still watch the show.
Yes.
The whole audience clapped by the way,
studio
with
audience.
statements. Yeah.
WHOOPI, though,
She's funny, right?
no.
Oh, okay. I was trying to find some kind of redeeming thing to say about The View. You could see right through me.
Well, at least Joy and Whoopi were fact-checking this time
Yes.
around. That was surprising, a pleasant one.
Yeah, it was. We won't be seeing that again. All right. Up next, if your hearing's acute, beware the sound of fruit.
Yo, my goodness, guys. Greg Gutfeld and the Gutfeld Show absolutely ripping apart the host on The View, guys. That was too good to watch. I'm ready to fall out my seat in laughter. With the View host, while they, trying to figure out what's going on and how the world is ending, the apocalypse was somehow coming, because of the eclipse. We got the View host essentially stating that the world is ending, saying that, some of the members of their team were, putting their coats on, heading out the building because of an earthquake. I mean, come on now. We've got naturally recurring events, things that we've got no contributing factors towards, guys. I mean, come on now. How are we going to contribute to the fact that, the moon is aligning in front of the sun? I mean, come on now. Sunny hosting has really went far out there. If we got, Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg reeling her back in. I mean, come on, guys. Usually they just let her go and go and go. But once she said, the solar eclipse, the cicadas coming, or, signs that we had an apocalypse coming, the rapture was on the way. I mean, come on. They had to reel her back in and let her know, hey, hun, the cicadas come every 17 years, and the solar eclipse was caused by the moon blocking the sun. My goodness, guys, this is too interesting of a breakdown to watch, guys. Greg Gutfeld, his co-host on the Gutfeld Show, trying to figure out who is the most dense, who is the dumbest on that set of The View, guys. I don't know, guys. I think that last host may have hit the nail right on the head by saying, you know, the audience, the people who still tune into The View may be the most dense or the dumbest people, you know, on The View, guys. Come on now. Like, how could you sit through these shows, you know, episodes, the one co-host even saying like, this seemed like, you know, a pre-session, a preset prep, just by the way that it seemed like there's no type of organization or order on that set, guys. The View hosts, you know, have complete chaos, blurting out, screaming and shouting, you know, blurting out things that aren't even true, you know, and then getting corrected. I mean, this is very tough to watch, you know, just trying to do a review, you know, and a breakdown of what we're seeing, guys. I can't imagine how these people, you know, audience sit and watch this on a day-to-day basis and get entertainment from watching The View. Maybe the last of, you know, the audience and the ratings that The View has, people that are, you know, getting that laughter value from their content, their entertainment. You know, they get up there on that set and it's just complete a madhouse, guys. There is no order, just chaos, and no one knows what they're talking about. This was definitely a hilarious breakdown coming from Greg Gutfeld, guys, the Gutfeld Show. His co-host breaking down who is the dumbest on the set of The View, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this. So who is the dumbest on the set of The View, guys? So let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button and share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible, guys. Share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. It doesn't cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy. And also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one. We out.